as The View is live. Go Backlash. The outrage over the president's tweet telling freshman congresswomen to go back to their own countries. Democrats are accusing him of straight-up racism. But is it a political move that could help him? Plus, why does Guardian of the Galaxy and former WWE superstar Dave Bautista think he gets unfairly slammed with a low Uber rating? How did funny man Kumail Nanjiani almost crumble in the last California earthquake? They're both hitting the Hot Topics table. Plus, a brand new View Your Deal. Let's fire up Hot Topics with Whoopi, Abby Huntsman, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, and Meghan McCain. Now, let's get things started.
Well, this weekend's White House Twitter rant sparked the hashtag racist in chief after he told progressive freshman congresswomen to go back to the countries they came from. And this morning, Senator Lindsey Graham kept it going on Fox and Friends, calling them communists who hate our country.
Oh, God.
So let's start with this. Hey. Some of these women, like Rashida Tlaib, born in Detroit, Michigan. Anya Presley, born in Cincinnati. American citizen. Ilhan Omar has been a citizen since 2000 when she was 17. Now look, maybe this is all political force, or maybe I don't know what it is, but this is very dangerous. Yeah. You don't want to be telling people to go back to their country, because if we got to go, you're going too. If you're not Native American, you don't belong here either. Okay, they're the first Americans. Okay, the rest of us, whether we got here on top of the boat or beneath the boat. Okay, we all got here from somewhere else. Don't do this. You don't want to start this fight. We are American citizens, and it is our job, and their job, frankly, to tell you when they think that you're wrong. That's their job as American citizens and as people who are around in the political thing. That's all I have to say. Stop. Look, don't do this again.
Yeah. Well, he needs to be medicated. Number one. The other thing is, I think that he knows that they're born here. He knows it.
Yeah.
It's just like he knew that Obama was not born in Kenya. He just does this as a racist whistle to people who follow him. Yeah. And apparently they're just as big racist as he is, and so they buy it. So that's what he's doing.
Well, I don't like it.
Well, I don't like it either.
I don't think anybody likes it.
And I think what was really surprising to me on top of it was, and I haven't looked at it recently, but something like 90,000 people liked that tweet. Mm-hmm. And what does that say about those people and the people that we live with every single day in our country? And just that term, go back to where you came from. I remember being about 6 years old and walking to the corner store with my grandmother, who didn't speak a lot of English, and she would always speak to me in Spanish. And I realize now she did it so that I would learn the language, which has been a huge benefit to me. But someone said to her, go back to your country. And she said in accented English, this is my country, you know? And I just remember being so proud of that. And I remember being told, go back to Africa and all this nonsense. And it's so hurtful and it's so dismissive. And I always thought, well, that would be, you know, those people are just hateful and ignorant and racist. I never thought the day would come when I would hear that from the President of the United States of America.
Because you're too young.
Yeah.
Look, it's deeply xenophobic and racist on a lot of different levels. My sister was not born in this country. Okay, my sister wasn't born here. She's as American in every way as I am and everybody else. And she also has been subjected to many racist political campaigns, which, by the way, Lindsey Graham, you were present for. I remember when you were there when it happened. So seeing that on Fox and Friends this morning was particularly hurtful. But I will say, I know we have a clip, but just let me finish with my producer in my ear. I will say, there are legitimate criticisms, political criticisms you can make of the squad.
Yes.
Which we do on this show.
Yes.
I have never gotten more heat in my entire career, my entire life, for the criticism that I have of Congresswoman Omar's stance on Israel, which we have litigated at length here.
Right.
And it has happened to me on other shows as well.
Right.
Stick to the politics.
Yeah.
The problem is you're making this about race, you're making this about racism, you're making this about what's truly American, and it's all these old racist dog whistles that have plagued this country for so long. And for me, as the conservative representative on this show, I was so upset coming back yesterday. I was in D.C. with my husband. I came back and I was like, because this is what people think all conservatives are now, and we are not.
It's not all.
But I will say,
Yeah.
to go out at, ladies, have a free-for-all. The cowardice I'm seeing, Republicans not speaking out and saying it today, is embarrassing.
Thank you.
The silence is deafening.
You know what? All of you, have at it. Seriously, all of you go crazy. It's deeply cowardly.
Republican leadership is disgraceful
I have
right
nothing
now.
for this.
And let's
I have
just
nothing
look,
for this.
If you see these clips of before Lindsey Graham, before he was supporting Trump, and after, you'll understand what we're talking about.
Oh, you know what we're talking about.
He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot. He doesn't represent my party. He doesn't represent the values that the men and women who wear the uniform are fighting for.
Yeah, I know, but so did Khizr Khan when he wore the uniform and died, and he wasn't born here either. So I can't do this right now.
Yeah.
And whatever is happening to Lindsey, this is not the person I used to know.
Lindsey Graham in 2015, when he was calling Trump a race baiter, has had a favorability of around 16% in South Carolina. Since he has joined forces with the president, the racist in chief, his approval rating amongst Republicans is now 74%. This is
What does that say?
This is why he's doing it.
It says that people have had a very hard time holding on to these feelings that they have. But I know, just like you can't paint all black people the same, all white people the same, we have to find the people who thinks they're going back. Because I tell you, no woman is going back to what women and how women used to be treated. We're not going back with that. We're going to fight. Black people are not going to take it. They're not going back.
Well, a woman accused him of raping her in Bergdorf Goodman recently, and nothing happens from it.
But this is a different groove. This is, this is a different group, because I have a big bitch with everybody, not here. But for me, I listened to Mike Pence talk about, he was at the border the other day, and he didn't, he didn't really see what folks were talking about, and he was upset with Democrats. And then I listened to the women talk about what they had seen, and I thought, you know what? How come there's not a law in this country that says, when this side says this is what's happening and this side says this is what's happening, some law should kick in that says, okay, both groups have to go with cameras and look at the same time. We're all going to see what's going on together, because this idea of you going and not going with them and not going with them, forget it, because I can't tell which one of y'all is full of do.
But
maybe that's what. So maybe we should demand a law that is called.
That's what the laws are already in place. That's what the judicial process is for.
No, there's no law saying, listen, if both sides are saying this is what's happening, and the American people don't know who to believe, then both sides should have to go to the border with a camera crew so that we look in through the camera. I think it's a good idea, so they should all go.
But
together.
That's what you do when you sue the administration.
One final thing.
Yeah.
It can't just be me and Geraldo. Somebody else has to come out against this. I'm serious.
Really?
It is very petrifying that there is not one sitting member of Congress that will come out against this on my side.
Get out.
It's humiliating for me on TV right now.
Get out.
Someone has to say something other than me and Geraldo.
You guys keep talking about black Republicans. Where the hell are you? Where are you? Where are you, Republicans? And if that's how it's going to go down, let me remind you, there is a poem that talks about, you know, when
Silence.
I said about, you know, this was happening over here and nobody said a word and I didn't say anything.
And then they came for me.
came for me. So be careful because it could be you next.
Because the
We'll be
American
right back.
people are smart.
Later, ScarJo acts out. Actress Scarlett Johansson says she should be able to play any race or gender she wants. John Hickenlooper hits the hottest campaign stop in daytime. This week on ABC. Dave Bautista and Kumail Nanjiani talk about getting on board for the Uber ride from hell. And why they both think their real-life Uber ratings are so low. New View Your Deal.
Over the weekend, it was everywhere. Headlines all over the place. There was a blackout in New York City on Saturday. But I have to really put it in context because it was an area of Manhattan's West Side that lost power. Broadway shows got canceled. J-Lo had to stop in the middle of her show at the Garden. Some commuters got stuck on subways, but thank God nobody got hurt.
Yeah.
And the power came back on. And it was like, oh my God, there's a blackout. Now, in the olden days, when there was a blackout in the 60s, that was a blackout. Because you couldn't tell who was who on the streets. That's how black it was.
I am petrified of a blackout. My biggest fear is to be stuck on an elevator with Kellyanne Conway.
That's your biggest fear?
That is my biggest fear. To be on a hot elevator with someone who doesn't stop talking.
You know what? You know what we really need to be more concerned about right now? What's happening in Louisiana. Tropical storm Barry is still going strong, and it's not over yet.
God.
Still hearing us on television, you know, do what you need to do. Our thoughts and prayers are with you.
It's unbelievable.
It's crazy.
Louisiana, yet again.
But the levees, most of the levees are holding, so this is a good thing. Now, also over the weekend, a lot of migrant communities braced for the widespread ICE raids that was supposed to go down this weekend. But they largely did. I don't know what it was, but I'm really glad it didn't go down the way that people were saying it was going down. I think people were also... Folks were in the streets all over the country.
Yeah.
All over the country. Little tiny cities, little tiny towns.
They were organizing and they were certainly protecting their fellow human beings and their fellow citizens. But, you know, a lot of people were hunkered down. They were hiding.
Yes.
And I thought that was just so despicable. And it was cruel because he was terrorizing
But it's what
people.
he does and has always done with
But you know, Whoopi, what was interesting to me was I started thinking, who did he choose to round up? And how did he make those decisions? Because if you think about it, Canadians actually made up the largest group of visa overstays.
He got Canadians?
He didn't get them. He didn't get Canadians.
I thought you said
Can't identify them.
Well,
that's the thing. And then you know who else sort of the 38 visa waiver program countries? Hungarians overstay, Greeks overstay, but he didn't seem to be rounding anybody like that up. So the question in my mind was, how does he identify the folks that he wants?
We've had this conversation 14,000 times. We've had it 14,000 times. They all know. We all know. Yes.
Amy Klobuchar made an interesting point about this, which I thought. She said that if he really was interested in rounding people up, because he didn't really do it, he would have not informed people 2 weeks ahead of time that he was coming to do it. This was yet another dog whistle to his base. You see what good things I'm doing?
People.
Yes. Look, he's running for president, and he's doing what he did last time, except on acid. Like, no, I'm serious. It's just,
not on acid. He's
patient. It worked. But the thing about it is, we're going to see if the political gamble pays off legitimately, because it's going to work for 20 to 25% of the country. The other 75%, we don't know. But I will say it's very effective for his base, and it horrifies everybody else.
Don't forget the 15% that vote outside the country.
Yeah, I don't know what happens in Moscow.
Yes,
with
we'll be right back. Actress Scarlett Johansson faced controversy in the past for playing an Asian role in the movie Ghost in the Shell, which I'm sure you all saw. And now she's getting some blowback for an interview where she says she should be allowed to play any person she wants. Now, Scarlett clarified that she understands how much the industry favors white actors. Thanks. But in a perfect world, any actor should be able to play anybody. Well, in a perfect world, none of this would be happening.
Yeah.
In a perfect world,
you'd be playing
an Asian man would have played Charlie Chan.
That's true.
Yeah.
Those days were bad.
Well, Mickey Rooney would not have played an Asian man. And the reason he played an Asian man is because they didn't give roles to Asian people.
Yeah.
That's why in the early part of our history, white people were dressed in blackface, something I know a little something about. And I understand why people were in it, okay? The reason we don't do it anymore is because we don't have to. Black people exist, Asian people exist, white people exist, transgender people exist. And before you throw out any of the folks who are playing transgender people now, let me point out that this is a new branch of acting.
Yes.
It's a new branch of acting. We didn't have transgender actors 25 years ago that we were aware of. We did not know. So, sure, Jeffrey Tambor took on and played an amazing part in
transgender.
Transparent.
Sorry.
But now there are transgender actors, and they want to play the parts that they can get.
Yeah.
And like for everybody, we all want to be great actors, and we can all play whatever we want to play because that's our job. That's what we're supposed to be able to do. But you know, people who haven't had the opportunity really want to get.
They do.
They want to catch up. So
But
that's my fault.
But I understand, but they
have to
still
be
have,
good.
They also have to be good, and they also have to sell tickets. That seems to be the issue.
Well, no, they don't have to sell tickets.
Well, that movie
You don't
never
have
went
to sell-
anywhere.
Which
did it?
one?
The one that she gave up.
Well, it hasn't been shot yet.
Yeah, and are they getting it? Are they getting funding?
I know nothing.
Right.
I know nothing. But here's the thing. You know, what's the young lady who's on the Orange is the New Black? Laverne Cox sells tickets.
Yeah.
There are transgender actors that sell
Absolutely.
tickets. So, you know, anybody can play whatever they want. Don't expect to do it just because you could before you
people
can't.
need opportunity. I mean, if you look at the stats, white actors remain overrepresented among all top films. They claimed 77% of the roles. 77%.
You can't blame the actors. That's the writers.
Well, also the writers.
That's
and
the writers.
It's about content.
Yeah.
But if there is, a role that is specifically written for an Asian actor or for a black
Get out
actor,
the way.
then I think you get. I think you get out of the way.
But Ghost in the Shell in particular was the movie that she made. It was the character was Asian, and so I think she needs to be much more understanding of her words and the things she says in this context, because this isn't the first time she's gotten in trouble for it. And I think a little self-reflection on the amount of opportunities she's had and how big of a star she is, and if she is taking roles away from an Asian actor or actress like she did with Ghost in the Shell, I think that's where the anger comes from, because it's not just once, there's like 2 or 3 times now that she's saying it, and I think that's why people are frustrated.
It's prevalent. It used to be normal in our business, and so we should make it not normal anymore because it's not necessary.
Mickey Rooney was a horrible Asian
I cannot watch that. I cannot watch Breakfast at Tiffany's for that. I was watching it with my niece, and I was like, it's awful.
Welcome back. Psychologist and best-selling author Adam Grant took to Twitter. That's how you know I just lost an ounce. When I lose an ounce of weight, one of my earrings always falls off. But I haven't done it on this side yet. He took to Twitter to ask people what the worst career advice they've ever received was. So I guess I'm supposed to ask you, what's the worst career advice you've ever gotten?
Well, I was told by my agent at the time not to take this job.
Oh, really?
Maybe he was right.
Heyo.
22 years later, maybe he was right. He actually told me that. He said it doesn't pay enough money. It's going nowhere.
Preach.
Yeah. And I said, well, I want to work in New York. I don't want to live in Los Angeles. Barbara Walters is doing the show. It allows me to speak and say whatever I feel like talking about, so I'm just going to take it, because money doesn't mean that much to me. And I took it. And so I didn't listen to him, and he was fired.
Wow. Right away?
I fired him pretty quickly after that. He was useless.
Yeah.
Although he happens to be the agent of a very big star, moneymaker. I will tell you who it is afterwards.
Well, just say TikTok moneymaker, TikTok.
I was told by a television producer once that I should kind of just stay in my lane, and I could do little legal analysis pieces here and there, but I wouldn't do much else.
What's the lane? What lane?
Just talk about the law a little bit, and then just go home to my children. To go home to my children.
Go home to your children.
But I'm here.
What about you?
And I still go home to my children.
And you do. Yes.
Warm up and smile more. That never worked for me. That just doesn't. I always wanted, and I just remember saying back, would you say that to a man? Because men are never told that they have to warm up, especially, by the way, it was for this show, Daytime Talk. And I think if you are not authentic to who you are and the kind of personality you have, I think that the camera is the ultimate. It'll show the truth real quickly. So I don't know. I don't think women should have to warm up in order to talk about politics. I just don't. I think it's the dumbest advice ever. Men don't have to.
No, they don't. I've gotten so much stupid advice, I've forgotten it all.
I would imagine you.
I mean, I don't know, because I don't retain it. Because people say stuff to you all the time, and it's like, number one, you know nothing about what's going on here, so you're done.
Yeah.
You know, to have you looked in the mirror when people talk about your face?
Yeah.
3, you think my behind is big? Turn around. You know, so
those are insults.
Well, no, they're not necessarily, because somebody once said, you know, oh, if you get a little work done. And I thought, in my mouth?
Wow.
Work done on my face? Nothing wrong with my face.
Wow.
Have you looked in the mirror lately? That's where that comes from.
Wow.
So, you know, people have given me, you know, all kinds of stuff to go get stuff done, or go see shrinks, or go do that. You know, listen, the best advice that you can give yourself is to follow your instincts.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Your instincts know far more about what's going on than people on Twitter or social media, anywhere. You know when you're messing up. You do know. Don't pretend you don't. We'll be right back. You know.
Hey, it's Dave and Kamel, and we had a great time making our new movie, Stuber. We learned all about each other and became best friends.
Did you know that this guy moved to the U.S. at the age of 7?
18.
Then he went to college in Utah?
Iowa.
He has a cat named Cream Cheese?
Her name is Bagel.
Yep. Me and my best friend were up next.
We're best friends.
Funny man Joel McHale on dealing a new hand on the reboot of the classic game show, Card Sharks. And all week long, home viewers and audience members are getting a piece of our $30,000 Hot Summer Cash sweepstakes.
In the new action comedy Stuber, Kumail Nanjiani stars as an Uber driver who ends up on a dangerous mission with an angry cop played by Dave Bautista. Problem is, the cop just had LASIK surgery, can't see anything. They make a pit stop at the cop's daughter's art show, and here's what happens. It's crazy.
Who's your friend?
Oh, Steve.
Steve?
Stu. Oh.
Look at that. My ads are up a deuce.
So, how do you...
Kidnap me.
Please welcome Kumail Nanjiani and Dave Bautista. To see you both. Now, you were just in L.A.
I was.
How was the quake?
Man,
Not fun.
Yeah.
It was one of the not fun quakes.
How close were you to the epicenter?
Well, I was in LA. I don't know. It's like
It was in Barstow. No, it wasn't close.
It was far away, but it like started. And then, you know, a day earlier when it happened, and it was like 10 seconds. This one started, my wife and I were sitting there, and it kept going and going. It was like 45 seconds.
Yeah.
That's a long time for like the world to be shaking.
Yeah.
And my cat was confused. She was like, stop. I was like, no, this is how the world is. Get used to it, Bagel. Her name's Bagel. It was terrifying, because they say the big one starts off slow, so for 45 seconds, you're like, do we get under a table? Do we go to an ATM, get some money out? How do you handle this?
Well, how did you handle the second one? Because the second one was even bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if a big one happens, we're not going to really survive, because we kind of just sat there doing nothing. We looked at a table.
Right.
We were like, should we get under the table? And we were like, let's give it another minute. If it's still going, we'll get some seat belts. We should have seat belts under a table.
Yes, I think so.
Aren't you supposed to stand in a doorway and hold onto the doorway or something? That's what I read.
You read all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Some people say go outside. Some people say stay inside. I think we're just going to...
Ignore it.
Yeah.
We're just going to pray and see what happens.
Yeah, okay.
Well, Kamal, you've been here before. Dave, this is your first time. You were terrific in this movie.
Thank you.
It was just so much fun. I mean, most people know you as Drax.
They do.
People remember that, right? Galaxy and the Avengers. But love it. But before you became known as an actor, you were known as a wrestler worldwide, Batista, a WWE wrestler. I don't follow wrestling.
No.
How did you get into that?
I tried out, and I failed miserably. They told me to leave and never come back. I'd never make it as a professional wrestler. And I actually just I retired this year. I had my last match here.
Really?
Yeah, and
No more?
done.
Like if I come at you like this, you just gonna...
No, I would just surrender. I would lay on my back.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I was like my dog. He does that.
I was watching a movie with my husband yesterday, and I'm like, it's Drax, and he was like, no, Batista, wrestling, and I had no idea.
It's really, it's a blessing and a curse.
You didn't know he was a wrestler?
No idea.
Have you seen him?
I know. I
Guys
just figured
don't
Drax.
walk around looking like that.
I know. I don't know.
When she asked the question, sometimes you just gotta let folks ask the question. How did you get into
idea.
it? Really?
Yeah, I was very big and strong. That's how I got into wrestling.
Figured maybe an Olympian, maybe something
but it's
else.
great that you know, I love that I still have that fan base and people remember me for that.
yeah.
But it's also really nice that some people just they don't know I was a professional wrestler. They just recognize me for my acting.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
I also like that your chair is lower, so it looks like I'm taller than you. This is great.
Let's talk about your new movie, Stuber. I thought it was fantastic. Tell everyone what it's about.
So the new movie, Stuber, I play an Uber driver, and he plays a cop who has got, then he gets a tip about, like, the bad guys in town that night, and nobody believes him. So he calls an Uber and forces the Uber driver to go on this all-night quest to get the bad guy, and that's what the movie is.
And as the Uber driver, you're really concerned about the 5-star rating.
Yeah,
It's
so my Uber,
big.
yeah, he's like a guy who's very, you know, he really wants to be a good Uber driver, and his rating is quite low because he comes on too strong, and so the whole time I'm trying to get a good rating from him.
Do either of you take Uber?
Yeah.
Because I take Uber. My Uber rating's not very good.
It's not good.
Not really.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't know why. I'm always so polite.
Can I say something? I'm always polite, and my Uber rating isn't good. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, I know. You have to be nasty or something? I don't know.
Do they recognize you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I've talked to him about it. I think they expect you to entertain them when you get into their Uber, and if you don't entertain them, they're not unhappy.
Well, but how are your ratings?
I don't do Uber.
Our ratings on the show or in Uber?
No.
Our ratings here are good. Uber, I'm not so sure about.
Yeah.
Because if you make them wait 5 minutes, they leave, you know, and then they give you a bad rating.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You don't take Uber? How do you get around?
I have a driver.
Yeah.
See?
She's a big star.
Yeah.
She's a big star.
I mean,
There's a reason. No. Thank you for all of that. But the reason I have a driver is because I'm not allowed to drive. My sight is not good enough, and people get nervous when I get behind the wheel. So I'm not allowed to really drive.
I believe in you. I believe you can drive.
I believe I could drive. You have to come back more often. It's good to see you.
I was here last time. You weren't here.
I know.
I'm very excited.
But I will never miss you again.
The next time we'll get it right.
That's
And it's his first.
our thanks to
Kumail Nanjiani.
and
Dave Bautista.
Stuber is in the theaters right now. And of course, we'll be back.
It's hot fun in the summertime on View Your Deal. We partnered with vendors for at least half off products you'll use all season long. Next.
Full swing right now. So we've partnered with vendors for at least half off this season's essentials. Lifestyle expert Greta Monahan's back to show them off, but it's only while supplies last. So let's get shopping!
You know it's essential to treat the feet because we lost a lot of miles this summer and we got to do it stylishly. First one is Tidewater sandals. I love these, Sunny, because they're known for style and comfort, but check out the footbed and how light are those. They're lightweight, so it really helps you not to get that leg fatigue in the summer. I just love these and flexible arch support to help with balance. Original price on this collection is $24 to $35. Not today, $12 to $17.50. You're gonna love it. I've got another one.
Wow.
Oh, you're gonna love this. Malibu Sky and a crossbody bag. Here's one for you.
I like a crossbody.
Get the look of luxe without the high price tag. And check it out. I love these because you have that top zipper. They weigh nothing. Crossbody is the absolute #1 style of the season. And see this little zipper? Well, that little zipper, by the way, shows that you can hold a big old phone and anything else you want. Pockets inside and out, solids, metallics, and two-tone. Original price on these, $48. Brand new bag. The deal is $24 plus free shipping. How cute, right? Adjustable strap. All right, you're going to love this. Go There. So you can bring your wine anywhere with Go There because it's an adult sippy cup or water, whatever you want, but I'm going to show you. Okay, here you go. I love it because it's got the glass inside and the silicone sleeve, so it's anti-slip. But check it out. It may look small, but I'm still pouring. And I'm pouring. And I'm pouring. Okay? Turn that open or close and sip through top. I love these. Original price on these, $24. Today's deal, $12. Go from the boat, tailgating, beach, whatever you want. Okay, you're going to go nuts for this too. Luma RX. I love this device because you can permanently remove hair at home with intense pulse light system. This is what this does. Guys, from female facial hair, but all the way, all body. This does it. It's amazing, this device. Yes, because it works. It's incredible. And I own a spa, so we do treatments like this, and the money you save, you make back in 1 to 2 treatments. It's incredible, and it works.
And it has a hair color chart and a skin tone chart.
Yeah, whole chart, directions. You do it yourself. You save loads of money and time, not going to the office anymore. Original price on this, $449. Not today. Our deal, $224.50 plus free shipping. You know how much those cost.
I know.
All right, you're going to love this. You know I have my Sunny. You're going to love this. First of all, put out your hand. Nope, here. Conscious coconut. Love it.
Smell
that.
So good.
Okay. So what this is it's certified organic, great for your skin, coconut oil. And you know it's like a miracle moisturizer, okay? I'm bringing you Travel Ready Tube. That's a dry brush. I'm going to show you, but rub that in. And then, just with your hand. That's all right. I'll show you. Look how nice. Gives you some clean. I'm going to put some on me. I love this product because not only does it smell like you're at the beach, right? So if you're at your desk, but also you moisturize all the way. I mean, on everything from hair, skin, feet. You know, we get dry, cracked soles in the summertime. This is amazing. But I brought you a Mindful mini pouch. So this is great on the go because they're little ones, okay? And then also this tube is travel ready because it's the right size. You can take it right wherever you're going, plane, wherever you want.
But what am I going to do with this?
The dry brush kit. So the dry brush, have you not dry brushed?
No.
I dry brush 2 to 3 times a week. You just go in an upward motion, put the coconut oil, upward motion, go into the shower and rinse off. You rinse off all the dead skin and you detoxify in 1 step.
See? That's
amazing.
That's why
original price on these, $18 to $35. Today's deal, $9 to $17.50. Half off for us. This is an incredible treatment. I love the product.